up, Libra? And thank you guys so much for tuning in. So guys, this reading is coming a little bit late. I actually ended up taking a last minute vacation because I wanted to celebrate my 100K. So thank you guys so much for supporting, for liking, for subscribing, for telling your friends about it, for just fucking with me. I really appreciate y'all. So let's get into this, guys. Now, this is going to be the mid-month reading. I'll be out with the May readings very, very shortly after this. So we're going to backtrack. We're going to go to April 15th up until May 15th for this reading. So we're going to look at your past, present, and future. Okay. Do keep in mind, guys, I am on Instagram, High Vibrations 44. I post daily energies every day. So if you want to see what's going on in your day or just be nosy and see what's going on in my personal life, you could always check me out. All right. All right, y'all. So let's see what's up with my Libras. What is going on with the sign of Libra? April 15th to May 15th. But I always feel like, you know, the readings always come out when a message needs to be heard. So let's see, Libra. What are you guys going through right now? All right, guys, so we have your past, present, and future. All right, y'all. So the energy that we have here is the Page of Cups. All right. So with the Page of Cups, this could be some sort of offer that's coming in. Maybe you guys are dealing with the water sign, specifically Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. With pages, it's usually someone who's younger than you or someone who's, you know, very youthful, whether it's a child or, you know, an adolescent. But it's usually something that comes in a very, very solid way. Sorry, guys, I was getting a call. But something that comes in a very, you know, something that's presented in a very nice way. Now, behind that, we have the Two of Wands in the reverse, and we have the Death card. All right, followed by the Eight of Wands in the reverse. So there could be something that's presented to you in a nice way, or maybe something that you present to someone else in a nice way. But you don't necessarily go with it for, you know, whatever reason. So let's see if that comes out in this reading. All right, so let's go to your past, guys. So the first card that we have for the past is the Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords talks about indecision. It talks about being between a rock and a hard place, not knowing what you want to choose, having a difficult time choosing it, just feeling stuck. Okay, we have the Ace of Cups. So this could be in regards to a new beginning that you feel could be emotionally fulfilling for you. And you have the Page of Cups. So yeah, so there's some sort of offer that came in, or maybe an offer that you guys gave someone, and someone's just on the fence about it. Someone's trying to decide whether or not they want to go through with it. Now we have the King of Swords in the reverse, so maybe that's what it is. Maybe, you know, this offer is coming from a person or going to a person who's very narcissistic, who could be very abusive. So maybe you're reserved because of that. Maybe you feel like you have to protect yourself at an extreme. So that's why you're wondering, you know, should I do this or should I not? But I feel you guys being super, super defensive about wasting your time in all of this and about this bringing out the worst in you. Okay. Now, the next card that we have is the Ten of Wands in the reverse. So if there is any sort of burden that you were feeling, anything that just felt heavy on your shoulders, this is you finally getting past that and feeling like you could come up for a breath of fresh air. Feeling like you can, you know, finally breathe. You have the Hermit card, so maybe you just need to take time on your own and you needed to kind of just be in your own space and in your own thoughts to get past whatever burden this was. All right, and you have the Page of Wands in the reverse. So ultimately, this is coming from, you know, something that just wasn't genuine. The Page of Wands in the reverse, if it's not someone, you know, stopping talking to another person, then it's a lot of bullshit. It's a lot of, you know, rumors. It's a lot of petty sort of conversation. Okay, so I feel like whether this is you guys viewing it in this way or maybe a person that you're dealing with viewing you in this way, whatever was offered, if it was accepted, it was done only out of convenience. Okay, that's the best way to put it with the King of Pentacles in the reverse. This is someone that will stick around because of a situation that they find convenient for whatever reason, but they don't do it out of genuine, you know, desire or genuine love. Okay, it's something that's just, you know, again, convenient at the time. Okay, so just be careful that you didn't get into anything due to convenience. All right, the last card that you guys have for the past is the Queen of Swords. So that's you. All right, this is Libra, Aquarius, Gemini energy. Again, anyone can take on this energy, but this is going to be someone who's very logical, someone who thinks very empirically, someone who's very focused on getting from point A to point B. They don't want to be derailed. They're quick on their feet, and they're quick to cut out anything that's going to derail them from what it is that they want and what it is that they're going through. Someone, again, who is a very quick thinker as well. We have the King of Swords in the reverse. So with this, I feel like you guys just have to be very protective over yourself. And at this point, even if someone looks at you as an asshole, you're probably pushed to it. Because this is not just someone who's selfish, but this is someone who has been pushed to an extreme, an extreme version of this selfishness. So with the Queen of Swords being right next to it, for most of you, and again, I know that this is general, guys, and the energy could always be vice versa. But in this case, I feel like you had your head on right. You just had to maybe be a bitch to someone, okay? For whatever reason you feel. Because something was going to throw y'all off. Yeah, something toxic. So there's something here where you're like, nah, I see this for what it is, and I'm going to protect myself in any way, shape, or form that I can. Okay, even if it hurts your feelings, I got to protect myself. So that's what I feel here. All right. With the Star card, maybe this is what got you wish fulfillment. Yeah, wish fulfillment comes from standing your ground and realizing that something is a bad idea and that there could be a lot of manipulation there. Okay. Now, in your present moment, Libra, the first card that you guys have is the Two of Pentacles. All right. The Two of Pentacles talks about having to find balance and, just juggling certain things in order to find a certain balance in your life. You have the Four of Swords, so you're really just trying to weigh something out. And it's like you're more in the thinking process and you haven't moved forward just yet with some action, but it's more of, mentally trying to figure something out. So you guys are in, Libra thinking mode, which is very natural for you guys. You have the Three of Pentacles, so you want to take the path where you can actually build from, that you can grow from, where you're going to be respected, where, your ideas and your emotions and everything that you want to contribute is heard. Okay. And it might also mean that you have to reject something or you have to reject someone, okay? Or maybe you have to remove yourself from something that at first it can bring some sort of financial burden, okay? Now, the next card that you guys have for the present moment and the center of this whole reading is the Seven of Cups. So this is a card about something that has a lot of illusions, where it's like you have the smoke screen in front of you and it's like you're not seeing something clearly. Or it could be that you have a lot of options too. So this could all be, maybe you sent out, 1,000 resumes and now you have all these jobs calling you back and it's a matter of, what do I want to choose? So if this isn't in regards to something that it's an illusion, then it's something where you have to really prioritize. Okay, and you have to figure out what's important and what do I take care of first, and what's the pattern, or what's the, not so much the pattern, what's the path that I want to take, okay? And how do I accomplish everything? So for some of you, maybe you're juggling a lot and you feel overwhelmed. We have the Four of Wands, okay, which is a card about stability, building something, building a structure here. Could be about parties, could be about marriage, could be about just a situation where you're building a good foundation. And you have the Three of Cups. So for a lot of you, I feel like there's just a lot of ways that you can go with something and that you're going to be stable either way. And because you have so many ways that you could build on something, or that, so many directions that you can go, you're happy about that. All right. So I feel like someone's rejoicing in the fact that they have more than one option here. Okay. And it's like you get to the point where you're not so much in your head anymore and you actually start going towards what it is that you want, or you start putting action into your life. All right. Now we have the Seven of Swords as the last card for the present moment. So maybe there's something that you're keeping secret. Maybe someone's keeping a secret from you. We have the Emperor. And we have the Knight of Cups in the reverse. For some of you in love, guys, it could just be that someone is juggling people and they're trying to keep that on the low. For other people, maybe there's something that really emotionally just throws you off, but you keep it to yourself out of wanting to be strong. So either someone is dealing with a strong person who could be keeping secrets, or they have to be strong and kind of keep their emotions to themselves, and maybe that's what they think will register as strength, okay? But someone is definitely keeping something inside. And I feel like it's because they just either don't want to worry somebody else or they just don't want to be burdened by this anyways. Seven of Pentacles in the reverse just dropped. So this is something that's a waste of time and effort. So I feel like there's something that could bother you or someone associated with you, but it's not even something worth mentioning because you just feel like it's something you have to move away from. You just feel like, you know, it's ran its course. So that's probably why you're not addressing it, okay? There's people that I can hit up right now and curse out, but for what? I've moved on, they've moved on, so it just wouldn't make sense, you know? So let's look at the future here. We have the Tower card in the reverse as the first card here. So this is dodging a bullet. This is something that could have been catastrophic, but you sidestep it, okay? Why is this Tower card in the reverse here? We have the Star card. And we have the Knight of Wands in the reverse. So maybe this is something that you wanted or something that someone else wanted in you, but somebody was just unreliable here. And although there was a desire for it, you know, someone dodged a bullet because they knew in their heart and in their soul that this would have been problematic. Now, regardless of... Ooh, got you, motherfucker. Sorry. There was a bug here. I don't know what happened, but I had a whole bunch of like fruit flies just coming to my house out of nowhere. But I got apple cider vinegar all around my house. So hopefully it's gone very soon. But we're almost there. Anyways, getting back to this. So 2 things here. Not only did you know that something was not going to work out, but there is also a sense of this having to have been in your life for whatever reason. So even if this is something that brought you burden, okay, or something that just didn't work out, when this card comes up, it's showing that something was on our path to push us in the right way. So even if this was a person that you lost, a job that you left, just something that you fell out from, I don't want you guys to be so hard on yourself, because the only, you know, what it was here for, rather, was to put you on the right path. Okay, so whether it was a lover who fucked up or whether it was someone that you just can't trust, you can acknowledge the fact that, yeah, you did bring me shit, but you also put me on the right path. Okay, so not all is lost here. All right, the next card that we have is the Moon card. This is secrets coming out. This is clarity. This is seeing something for what it is. 4 of Cups in the reverse, an offer that's accepted or something that you just accept. And you have the Queen of Wands. So for some of you, this could be with the Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius, that you accept something from them. Okay, with the Mother of Pentacles in the reverse, which is the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, there is either something that you would have lost money with or something that you just put so much time and effort into, but you didn't get what you wanted from it, or maybe someone didn't get what they wanted from you. So you're realizing that. And upon realizing that, that's when you have clarity, and that's when you know which direction you need to take. Okay. So it comes with whatever you were fed up with. And whatever you were fed up with, it was going to block blessings for you from, you know, that moment on. So see it for what it is and keep it moving. It wasn't going to be successful. All right. You have the Justice card in the reverse. So for some of you, maybe it's someone that you couldn't trust within love and they had another person. Maybe you had another person. But this is usually something that's just like unfair. All right. Something that doesn't work out in your favor. It could be a court decision that doesn't work in your favor as well. Okay, the Fool card in the reverse. So wherever this injustice or unfairness is coming from, it's just not a good idea to continue with that. King of Cups in the reverse. So especially if it's within love, guys, it's someone that cannot be trusted. Or this could be something that just emotionally fucked you up or messed somebody else up. But what comes from it? A new beginning that has longevity behind it. All right, something that you're going to build slowly, but something that's really going to stabilize you, and something that's going to be in your life for a long time, or has the potential to be in your life for a long time. So you're definitely, you know, moving away from something that's not working out. So wherever that heartache was coming from, or whoever was stressing you out, or whoever was just emotionally all over the place, or whatever made you be emotionally all over the place, you're moving away from that. Okay. Okay, guys. So I'm going to pull you guys 3 cards of advice, and then I'll pull you an oracle card. The deck I used, guys, is the Wild Unknown Tarot. And then I'll talk about the oracle cards I'm using when I pull those out. All right. So I'm going to pull these cards first, and then we'll pull an oracle. All right, guys. So the energy that you have here is a Four of Cups. So this is when we don't accept something, or this is when an offer doesn't come in for us. All right. There's going to be a huge change here with the Tower card, where there's something that you're walking away from. There's something that you're putting in the past. All right. And this is what puts you in a position to just avoid problems, and to avoid pettiness, and to avoid bickering, and to avoid arguing. Okay. In order to stabilize yourself, you're going to lose faith in something that just would have brought too much burden. But that's what stabilizes you. That's what puts you in a better place, you know, financially speaking. So let me pull some clarifiers here. We have the Justice card. So this was definitely just something karmic that you guys had to get through. The Sun card. So there is blessings coming into your life with you letting this go. It's also something that could have revealed a lot to you about life. So for a lot of you, you may have difficulty moving away from something, or maybe someone has difficulty moving away from you, but you just don't want the bullshit no more. Okay. So for the most of you, just know that you're making the best decision possible by taking a whole new direction, going in a whole new, taking on a whole new chapter. The worst part here, Libra, that is going to happen is your mind messing with you, okay? And you guys are very, very prone to overthinking. That's your worst enemy, your mind, okay? Your thought process. So don't put yourself in a position that you make things so much worse than what it is because of how far you let your mind go. If you feel like you're causing yourself more stress than what was actually there, you know, do something more productive with your time. Keep yourself busy, especially if you feel like you're in pain over something. That's the best thing, you know, a person can do. Take your day or two to cry things out and to just kind of purge it. But then after that, you know, you don't want to miss out on living life. So you got to make sure you get yourself out there, and you got to keep yourself moving. And, you know, day after day, things do get easier. And then eventually you do look back and you're like, oh shit, I'm over that. And it's because I kept myself busy, and it's because I kept doing, you know, productive things. So I'm going to use Earth Magic Oracle cards. Okay, this is by Stephen D. Farmer. So let's see what card comes out for you guys. What Oracle card does the sign of Libra need for guidance? Okay. So you guys have ancestors, generations as the card that you pulled out. So there's a lot that this card means. One, there's some sort of generational curse, guys, that you might have to break within your family. Some sort of, I don't want to even say curse because that's a very strong and powerful word, but it could just be bad habits. Okay. It's letting you know that the point that you're at now could have a lot to do with your upbringing. It could have a lot to do with, you know, what your parents were taught and how that was transferred to you. Okay. Or how, you know, people in the past have dealt with things in your lineage, and, you know, that's somehow connected to you. But on the other side, it could also show that this is a good time to tap into your roots and to know where you come from, and ask yourself if you're on the best path for yourself. Okay. And I don't want you to look at this so literal where it's like, okay, well, what would my parents or grandparents think about this? Do they think it's wrong? Because we don't want to give people the power to tell us what we want to do and where we want to go and who we want to love. But you do want to look at the basics or the basis rather, the core of everything. You know, was I loved from my family in a good way? Were there certain things that were unhealthy? And realizing where you come from and why you do certain things in the way that you do it. Okay. And is this something that, you know, your children, whether you have them or not yet, will they benefit from seeing how you go about this? Are you building your lineage in a powerful way, or are there things that you need to change? Okay. Now, I'm like losing words right now, as the energy that you guys have, the Green Man, which is card for synergy, and the reverse. Okay. So synergy, that's all about synchronicities. Synchronicities, that's when things just kind of fall into our life and it's like, wow, you know, this can't be a coincidence. You know, let's say, for example, you're driving and you keep seeing 444 everywhere. Okay, and you keep seeing it and you keep seeing it, and then let's say you get like a message on Instagram or something, and the last numbers are 444, and it's someone who's been interested in you, and it's someone who wants to take you out. So that would be an example of synergy where it's just like, oh, this makes sense, it connects, it makes, you know, it all goes together. So it's saying that there's something here that's being done in the opposite way, that it's not out of synchronicity, that it's something that's not meant to be there. It's something that kind of derails you and throws you off and just kind of makes no sense. It doesn't really fit anywhere in your life. All right, so will your ancestors help you to fix this if you call on them? Or is this something that has messed you up? Okay, just because people are older than us doesn't mean that they're smarter. It doesn't mean that they know more about life. You get to a certain point in time where it doesn't matter how fucking old you are. If you're an asshole, you're an asshole. Okay, and that doesn't change with age. You know, it could change with experience, but not necessarily age. All right, I know people who are in their 60s and it's just like, oh my God, how did you make it this far? Like, you fuck up bad. So it's really just a matter of being in tune with yourself and knowing that there's something around you that is just messing up the synchronicities in your life. And you guys also have to keep in mind that when we have things that are messing us up, if we're focusing our energies on things that don't belong, it literally blocks us from blessings. It blocks us from being on the path that we're supposed to be on. So where's that blockage? Who's messing up your synchronicity right now? What's messing up your synchronicity right now? Okay, and what do you have to look at in regards to your family, your lineage, your past when it comes to this issue? Do you have to handle it in a different way? You know, did your parents do things in a smarter way? Did your grandparents do things in a smarter way? Or is it now just to, you know, time to invoke the power within your ancestors? All right, I know a lot of people will pray to God, a lot of people pray to the universe, a lot of people will, you know, meditate and try to tap into power, but people really sleep on their ancestors, guys. You know, you come from thousands and thousands of people between your, you know, your great grandparents, you know, that's your crew. So if you're in a place where things are just messed up, invoke them. Who is closer to you than your ancestors? You have thousands of people behind you and you don't even see them. All right, so feel powerful because of that. And that's why it's just like I go around life just smiling, because if something doesn't work out, I know that I'm always very protected. Okay, and my lineage is very strong, and there's a lot of, you know, spiritual people in my lineage, a lot of people who had gifts. I was just finding out not too long ago that my great grandmother was very gifted and she could do what I do without cards. I have people in my family who can do what I do without cards. I'm actually like, you know, I'm like the beginner when it comes to this, you know, so it's just very, very interesting. Know your past and learn from it, whether it was a bad past or whether it was a good past. You know, get your power from it, but just make sure that you're moving forward in life in a way that makes sense. So something does not fit in your life. All right. It's like you guys are putting a puzzle together and there's a piece from another puzzle set and you're trying to fit it into your puzzle, but it's not meant to be there. All right. So chuck out the bad puzzle piece, guys. I love you guys so much. Again, if you guys want to check out my Instagram, the daily energies that I post every day, High Vibrations 44. And if you guys would like a personal reading, whether it's a quick question or a 30-minute reading, it can all be booked through my website, highvibrationswithliz.com. But again, all of this is in the description below. All right. Take care, y'all.